Well, happy Friday the 13th. Hope you're having a good one. Some of you are probably like, oh man, where are those ladders? Or maybe some of you are like, I don't even care about that stuff anymore. The black cat going across you, all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, I hope you're having a great Friday. My daughter was born on the 13th of the month, so not this month, but September. And so we occasionally have Friday the 13th birthdays. There's nothing wrong with it. But especially this one, because we're going to finish strong. It's time for Finish Strong Friday. And we're going to finish up session 5 of Overcoming Obstacles, which is on direct solutions. So let's get right to it. Let's don't waste any time. We're not about that here at A to B for me. So let me pop out of there. I'm going to pop out of here and knock this up. And then we're going to go back just one slide real quick and here's where we finished off. We're talking about the fact that these direct solutions need practice, and practice makes perfect because it doesn't get easier. You just get stronger. So we're going to go over some of those tips to practice using direct solutions. Appreciate those that reached out to me, and we got some strategy sessions scheduled. But if you need one and you want one, reach out to us. I've got 15 minutes basically for free with Don. So reach out to us at a2bforme.info/15 with Don if you want to get one of those scheduled. All right, well, here we roll. We're going to talk about tips to practice for direct solutions. Now, these tips, they're going to help you acquire the propensity to use direct solutions because, again, we've got to develop that. We've got to acquire that propensity because what's holding us back is the fact that we know what we need to do, but we're letting fear paralyze us. You remember that bridge, that Rickety Bridge that went across that cavern up to that beautiful peak that we wanted to reach in the last session? That's what we're talking about. We got to get the courage to just take those steps and make it across that bridge. And so we're going to go over some things to help you do that today. Not going to spend a great deal of time with it because it's on Friday. We want to get you rolling and get you going for the rest of the week here. Finish it up strong. But the first thing you got to do, again, is practice. Remember, I talked about golf last week. I love to play it, and I really love to play it better. But until I am willing to go out and practice it daily, I'm not going to see a lot of improvement. I just know that. And so when I get out there and I get mad at my clubs, I get mad at the ball, I get mad at the weather, I get mad at that wind, get mad at somebody distracting me, that's all just BS. I need to be mad at me because I'm not doing what I need to do to get better. But as you go throughout your day, you need to find tasks that you could do better or quicker with the direct action and then do it. So when we go through, and that's the beauty, again, of the Phoenix Journal, and I know some of you out there are tired of me talking about it, but get used to it because it's I'm telling you, it's the tool that you need. I don't make anything off of the Phoenix Journal. I just found it, and one of my mentors talked to me about it, and I got into it, and I said, man, you're right. This is a phenomenal tool, and it will help you go through, and it'll help you find the tasks that you could do better. We talk about it every Wednesday in our weekly accountability meeting. What did I do this week, and how could I have done it better? And it's all about that. It's all about reflect, plan, execute every single day. Reflect on what you did yesterday. How could you do it better? And let's plan to do it better. And then let's execute. So that's the then just do it part, right? I mean, you have to do it. But the bottom line is you have to practice these things or you're not going to get better. We talk about cold calling a lot because a lot of you are in sales, or reaching out to people that you don't know. And you just have to do it. You have to practice it. There's no way for you to be comfortable doing it unless you do it enough. And it's just practice. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's working out, I don't like to work out. Well, just go do something. You need to. You've got to. You got to drop some calories. I mean, you're not going to quit eating so much, and you're going to have to work out, do something. And you should do both. But you need to practice it. And I guarantee you, I used to hate spinach. I mean, even the thought of spinach. I was like, I used to watch old Popeye, those cartoons back in the day. This guy eating the spinach, he's good to the finish because he eats the spinach, right? But now, I mean, I love it. I don't even need anything with it. I just grab a handful of it and go, right? Now, I don't like the old stuff that, looks like collard greens. It's all drippy and messy and everything, but I just like it right out of the doggone, the container that I get it in. But I love spinach now because I got in there, I tried it and said, hey, man, this is good stuff. Makes me feel better. I love it. And here we go. So whatever it is, just find tasks that you could do better, quicker with a direct action and then do it. And you have to analyze again. We talked about last last week some of the problems you're having with and what a direct action would be. If you don't know what a direct action is, that's part of our coaching program, or reach out to a mentor that you have and find out what they're doing. Someone who's doing what you want to do very, very well. I guarantee if you would, one of your first direct actions is going to be to contact them and ask them what they're doing. You'll be surprised. You think most people won't tell you their secrets, but they love to. Nobody ever asks them. And they're proud of what they've done, and they'd love to share it with you. Other reason they might share it with you because they figure that, hey, I might as well share it with you. You're not going to do it anyway, right? That's the biggest case. A lot of times when you're out there and talking to people, you just talking in the wind because you can tell them exactly how to do it, but they're just not going to do it. So anyway. All right, well, practice daily. Number 2, face your fears and dare yourself. Sometimes it's just a dare. I double dog dare you to do that, right? We'll come up with tasks that will be only a small challenge, something that would just be a small hurdle for you to get over, and dare yourself to do it. Okay, we talk about this in the Miracle Morning a lot, sometime in the Compound Effect, a little bit in Atomic Habits as well. You get out there and you just find something small. And do it, right? Make it something that would yield a positive benefit for you if you were to do it. So something just small. Maybe it's just instead of running a marathon, maybe just go out and start walking, right? And then turn that walking into fast walking. And then turn that fast walking into a light jog, and then once you got around the block, then let's go 2 around the blocks, right? And just make it small increments, and this increases both your motivation and your skill at going direct, whatever it is. If you need to make 100 phone calls, well, why don't we just start with 1, see how that goes, and then let's do 2. And then let's do 3. And this, as you get going, you're going to realize, these people really aren't angry with me. In fact, that last person was pretty pleasant. And you'll realize how to navigate these things. And it's going to increase your motivation, increase your skill, because your subconscious is going to get on board. So your subconscious is what's holding you back. It's afraid to say, no, man, I know the feeling we have when we do that, and we don't like that feeling. Well, if you get out there and just force yourself to do it, and the subconscious will go, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we can do this. So just get out there, come up with a task that you get, just a small one. And then as you get the small ones going, they just turn into bigger and bigger things. And as you get going, your motivation gets going, your skill gets going, and all of a sudden you realize that you can really do whatever you want to do. But face your fears and dare yourself. Number 3. Here you go. Move on to more complex challenges. And what you got to do is you just got to break it down, baby. All right. Break down your challenge into easier tasks. And when we talked about in the weekly accountability meeting every week about you've got goals, and you got smaller goals, and you got step goals to get to the big goal. But and that's just breaking things down to easier tasks, which when completed will result in resolving the challenge. So whatever the challenge is, whatever the goal is, break it down. Break it down into small increments that you can control, and just keep rolling. Now all of a sudden you're resolving challenges because it's not this insurmountable thing anymore. You took it just one step at a time, and as you get more practice in doing it, you get to move to more and more direct solutions. So then all of a sudden, what you thought was a direct solution is just a step. And you say, wow, this is, I can't believe I held myself back all those years because I was afraid to do that. So just get out there and break it down, and you will move on to more and more complex challenges as it go. And again, that example of the marathon, that was one that came from Compound Effect. Darren Hardy talked about that lady, I think that worked for him, that wanted to be in a marathon. It's just getting started and doing simple things. You don't go out and try and run a 10K the first day. That'll kill you, and you'll quit. You'll be sore, you're upset, but you're not gonna make it anyway if you haven't done it before. But your subconscious is say, this is ridiculous. We can't do this. But if you just start small and just build up, it's going to happen for you. So let's break down these goals into mini goals and step goals, and let's get them knocked out as we can. If you need help with that, again, reach out to us here at A to B for Me. We'll help you set those things up and get rolling for yourself. But as you learn to honestly evaluate your direct solutions to your challenges, you'll discover that they provide multiple avenues for growth. And that's what you have to do in these things. When you look at your goals, you have to, we talk about it all the time, you have to look forward and you got to say, okay, here's what I want to do. Here's where I am now. Here's where I want to be, A to B, right? And what are the steps in between, and what if I zig instead of zag, what's going to happen? And then how, if I zagged, how do I get back on track? So you have to be able to honestly evaluate these direct solutions and to your challenges and discover multiple avenues of growth to get there, because there are some skill sets that you're going to need and that you're going to grow on. But you have to be able to sit down and honestly evaluate. You got to have that self-discipline. Remember, we talked about that on Wednesday to get these things set up. But not only do they often offer the quickest way to achieve your goals if you have the fortitude to pursue them, but they also give you opportunities to examine yourself. And what's not to like about that, right? Part of this is self-exploration anyway. You're going, wow, I didn't even know I had that in me, and uncovering all the special gifts and talents that God bestowed upon you. I mean, you're such a unique individual, and you have such great qualities, but you're just cheating yourself because you're not uncovering them. So it's time to uncover them, right? When you get rid of the fat in your belly, all of a sudden you see there's abs underneath there. Well, they've been there all along. You just had to work them, and you had to get rid of some of that belly fat so you could see them. Everybody's got a six pack. Just some of them are still in the refrigerator, and they're not on your abdominals yet. So get in there and get to work, and you'll see them. That's what we're talking about here. You just have to, but you get to evaluate yourself, and you're going to examine yourself and say, I can do this and I can do that, and this is how I can make it happen. And again, it's all about the conscious mind convincing the subconscious mind or the unconscious mind that you can do this. And having a plan is really the only way the unconscious mind is going to be on board. Because when you hit that snag is when the unconscious mind automatically throws up that flag and says, we're done, over, we're not going any further. But if you say, no, hold on a minute, I always talk about Frankenstein and Einstein. You got Einstein with a great idea, and Frankenstein is sitting there holding everything back. And you say, wait a minute, Frank, we talked about this. We knew that, remember that plan I laid out? If this happened, this would be great, but if this happened, we'll do this and we'll get back on track. Well, that's where we're at right now. So we're ready. So that's what you want to do, is get in here and be sure that you can honestly evaluate these things for yourself, because they're effective. There's no doubt about it. Even more effective when your creative abilities are at their best. And so we want to talk about creative abilities, and that's what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to cover creativity and how you can apply it to overcome these obstacles. So we're going to take it one step further. We got direct solutions, but again, if you can have some creative abilities on how to implement these direct solutions, it's just going to help you get further and further and further up the A to B from E strategy to your destiny. But first, we want to go over some things this week. We've got some to-dos. So here's what I need you to do today or this weekend. First of all, identify a significant challenge in your life. Just take some time. Go ahead and write this down, or you can come back and see the video. But identify a significant challenge in your life. And if you're in the A to B for Me community, we've got a worksheet for this up in the group under the tools and resources. But if you don't have it, just write it down. Identify a significant challenge in your life. And then you want to create a direct solution for that challenge. So what's the challenge? What's the issue? And then create a direct solution. In other words, what are the other people doing that are doing it? Well, what could you be doing that to make it happen? And then it's very simple. Put it into action. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't have an action plan. And so we got to put it into action. So figure out what it is. What are other people doing, or what do you know that you could be doing to make it happen, and then put it into action. Quit thinking about it and do it. And then take notes on the results. So examine. Again, reflect, plan, execute. Let's make it one of your goals for this week. and it's a weekly accountability session. Go over it next week, right? Get your goal, get your key productive indicators, your key actions in line, and then pull them off, and then take notes on the results, and then ask yourself, can you improve your direct process further? Remember, we talk about this every Wednesday. You look at what you did and then say, well, how can I improve? So we'll look at what you can improve your direct process further, and then how can I do that? And this is what we need to do on every single challenge that we have, is figure out what the direct solution is, figure out what the key points are, the key productive indicators for that, and then we want to go after those, and then let's take notes on what happened, what didn't happen, how can we improve. And that's what accountability is all about. It's not a Accountability isn't a negative thing. Critiquing isn't negative. Critiquing, you should put in your mind that it's positive. It's our way of making ourselves better. So get in there, critique yourself, or reach out to us, A to B for me. We're happy to do a little strategy session with you or make you a part of the group. I would love to bring you on as a coaching client. But this is part of what we do, is how we can make that happen for you, and get some better solutions for you. All right, well, that is it for overcoming obstacles for Finish Strong Friday. We wrapped that up pretty quick, but we had a pretty obvious place to stop at it on Wednesday to give you some time to think over some things. But now we've got some things to do. So take the remainder of the 30 minutes or whatever you have and start working on this. I hate to call it homework because people hate homework, but on the to do for this week, and start thinking about that and roll that into your Sunday review. Because as you set up for next week, let's start putting these direct solutions in there as your key productive indicators. And then let's look at it next Wednesday at our weekly accountability meeting and see how we did. All right. Well, that's it for this Friday, the 13th. I hope you have a great one. I hope things are rolling for you and have a great weekend. But reach out to us again, a2bforme.com/15 with Don. If you want to have a 15-minute session with me, strategy session with me, feel free to go ahead and schedule that for yourself. Reach up there, and I don't know what the time frames are now. It might be a week or so before we can get together, but take a look at it and get yourself a space, and let's just do some talking and see how we can help you keep moving in the direction of your dreams. Well, have a great weekend. Spend some time with the family, friends. Let's get some bonding going on this week, and let's get some gratitude set up for next week. So, yeah, I had a great weekend. I'm so grateful for the fun times that we had.